alright, well, alright, leave you dead wrong. Ayy, well, okay. I catch the he getting the beats like it's Dre, like the money in the bank. You better play where it's safe. Told him Bella fill his tank, run up to the next stage. I get down, I get dirty, catch him on the public. Thinking he gon' get a pass from the slimy stomach. Hungry for it, see an issue and I rub my stomach. Enough paper to make a book, I could get it published. What? You gonna believe me? Think for brown skin, real can see them. Got good, go retrieve it. Game time. Yeah, it's game time. Game time. Game time.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you into Paycor Stadium on the riverfront here in Cincinnati. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here. As it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. 2-1 team set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
On one, ready? Here we go, here we go.
Quickly to the air is Burrow. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
On one, ready? Gun. 11, MT, take. 180.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down. When they're lined up in the 46 defense like that, running is just going to be a slog.
Especially if you're trying to run it in the middle of the defense. So what you're hoping, get a stalemate against the 3 across the front. And can you get some one-on-one blocks that you can win on the perimeter? To me, that's the best place to carry the football.
Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. You talk about this Bengals defense. They enter play here number 11, just outside the top 10 of the league in stopping the run.
And that play right there shows exactly why they're so good against the run. Held the line of scrimmage, held the point of attack, and stuffed him for no gain.
Here we go. 11, 180. Legs high. Hunt.
From midfield now, Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that third down play. That brings up fourth down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 23 yards on the play.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
11 MT, 11 MT. Just set. Stop. 180. Stop.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Here we go.
They'll run for the first time here with Kyren Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Here we go, here we go. 180.
Now Burrow. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Amon-Ra St. Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go.
They'll start on the ground with Brooks. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Jaguar defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And you see the starting unit here, but really, you're going to see a lot of different personnel, a lot of different packages as they rotate in and out throughout the game.
2nd down and 8.
Okay.
They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fool them with the inside run.
Got a man here, it's Wilson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
This is all about finding the open space in the middle of the field. How do you do that? One way is through play action. That's going to freeze those linebackers for just a split second, and sometimes that's all you need. They run a deep in route behind them, and it works to perfection.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First down. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Stroud off the play fake. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Stroud to throw it. Caught on the the slant. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Etienne will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
They're on the 16-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They run over center with Mitchell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And this time will be intercepted. Picked up by Deion Henry. And the Bengals are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. (7-7) our score after 1. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they go to work on a 1st and goal. On the bootleg, Stroud. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jonathan Brooks, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he'll be out right at the 35. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
2nd down and 4.
Here we go, here we go.
A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he stopped immediately there. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
First target, first catch, and a first down. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Big play from a big man. Kayvon Thibodeaux off the edge and dropping him behind the line. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
Done. 11, Mike, the hot. Got 80.
Here's Burrow. They'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. But they'll say it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. But these last 2 drives, obviously, they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. The Bengals had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 34-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Up the middle with Brooks here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10.
Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Brooks. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Harrison Butker on for the field goal. A 47-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And able to get this out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now it's Burrow. Flush to his right. And got his man complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop him with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Here we go.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
On 1, ready?
Now 3rd down and very long.
Here we go.
Burrow looking to pass. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well at 13 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with a 17-7 lead, maybe they're just looking to get into the locker room. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Jags are going to take over here up near the 40. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Hey, can. Stop.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw him. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. They push. Back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
A 10-point game, 17-7 to score as we get back to it on EA Sports. The Bengals drive about to get going. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. That is caught. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Bengals first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. They'll roll him out right. And Wilson with it, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 26. A gain there of 21 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 18-yard line.
Stroud looking to throw. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Here we go.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football.
He's across midfield, through the middle of the field. Amon-Ra St. Brown, touchdown, Jaguars. Amon-Ra St. Brown, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead down to 10, 24-14.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
The Bengals take over first and 10. The Bengals take over first and 10. The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's Byron Young, who ranged in that time and stopped him for a loss. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. And Stroud now to throw. Rolling to his right. It's brought in by Wilson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a first down here. Stroud. Him in stride. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Jonathan Brooks with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
One
Well, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now Stroud. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and he never gets stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Deion Henley there on the tackle. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th.
On 1, ready?
From the 31, here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. They held him in check in the 1st half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the 1st half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Now it's Burrow. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. They'll let this go deep for St. Brown.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And this offense on third down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
On 1, ready?
2nd and 1 now from the 21.
Gun.
In motion goes the tight end. Up the middle, it's Williams. Whoa, it still won't go down. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Kyren Williams, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
31. Jaguars 21. Michael Dixon set to kick off.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
34-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Hustling through to break that play up, Max Crosby. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Here we go. 18.
Play action. Stroud now. Sliding out of the pocket. And his throw here is incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Oh, ready? 18. What's that?
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Set to kick off.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
You want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights? That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on him. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
They'll get that underneath ETN. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's J.K. Scott now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Here's 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Here's 2nd down. From midfield now, Burrow throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down.
11 empty.
Now Burrow. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he is going to have the Jags 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Here we go. Big 30.
To throw, Burrow. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Mayer there to bring it in. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Hey, you got your 1st down. Get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
Well, Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
11, 180.
Throwing, Burrow.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Well, this fan base on the losing side, Charles, they're going to be talking about this one for a while. They ultimately decided to try to come up with a touchdown on that last play when all they needed was the field goal to force overtime.